At the offices of the news site Malaysia Kini, there's enthusiasm about what might be a new dawn for press freedom in Malaysia.
I am pretty optimistic that somehow things will be different. Of course, it's still too early.
Too early to tell because changes just started in the aftermath of the May elections, which marked the first victory by the opposition since Malaysia gained independence from Britain more than 60 years ago. For decades, the country's mainstream media was largely under the government's thumb. Political parties and businesses with ties to them and the government owned major press outlets. The government made it difficult for independent news outlets like Malaysia Kini that did not toe the official line to get licenses to broadcast and print newspapers as well as magazines.
It was definitely, outright censorship because the government could say to and would say to the print and the broadcasters, you cannot cover this.
A prime example, allegations of massive corruption against Prime Minister Najib Razak, who was ousted in the recent election. The mainstream media's coverage often played down or dismissed this issue. This prompted voters like Kevin Kaur to turn to alternative sources like Malaysia Kini.
People generally do not trust the mainstream media before the general election, right? And people will go to the alternative media on the internet to look for a better and fairer news report.
The new ruling coalition's campaign promises include free speech, but it's unclear if they'll stick with it. The current Prime Minister, Mahathir Mohamad, held the job once before from 1981 to 2003, a time when he did not have a rosy relationship with the media. Malaysia Kini has a press freedom wall that shows news outlets that have been shut down or suspended, including several during Mahathir's first stretch as Prime Minister.
It's pretty ironic, isn't it? I mean, the fact that you have a Prime Minister now who, who during his first, stint as Prime Minister is never known to be, friendly to the media, definitely an enemy of the press. And the fact that he managed to win this second election, or to win this election to return as Prime Minister, he won it on the back of, the free media, on the back of independent media.
Malaysia Kini pledges that it will be just as tough on the new regime as the old one. But what type of climate the press will face in this country is a story that cannot be written just yet. Dave Grunebaum for VOA News, Petaling Jaya, Malaysia.